What if I told you that in your pantry, perhaps at this very moment, you possess an incredibly powerful tool, a master key capable not only of adding years to your life, but, more importantly, of adding life, vitality, and clarity to your years? It's a common experience that once we cross the threshold of 50, we begin to think about our health not as a given, but as a treasure we must actively protect. Little aches and pains, a memory that isn't what it used to be, growing concerns about heart health or blood sugar. These are conversations that become increasingly frequent. In this quest for well-being, nature offers us true concentrations of nutritional power, and among them, nuts stand out as authentic champions. However, this world of walnuts, almonds, and pistachios is a double-edged sword. Consumed correctly, they can be your greatest allies. But a small mistake in how you choose, prepare, or consume them can sabotage your best intentions. Today, we are going to completely demystify the role of nuts in your health after 50. Inspired by the teachings of pioneering doctors like Dr. William Li, who teaches us that we can eat to beat disease, we are going to embark on a revealing journey. I will show you the 4 nuts that science backs as superfoods for this stage of life, explaining not only the what, but the why, and then
how.
I will reveal the 4 risky choices, the common mistakes many make that could be holding back your progress or even harming you. By the end of this video, you will have absolute clarity to turn your nut consumption into a fundamental pillar of your longevity and well-being. Before we dive into this fascinating and crucial knowledge, if you find value in taking care of your health proactively and based on evidence, I invite you to give this video a like. Your support helps us reach more people who, like you, are looking to thrive. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and activating the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of our health guides designed for you to live your best years to the fullest. Let's start with the crown jewels, the superfoods that deserve a place of honor in your daily diet. Number 1. Walnuts. The supreme food for your brain and heart. When we think of a nut that bears an astonishing resemblance to a miniature human brain, we are looking at a visual clue that nature has given us. Walnuts are not just a delicious snack. They are, without a doubt, one of the most studied and validated foods for the protection of our cognitive and cardiovascular functions, 2 areas of primary concern as we age. It is one of the richest plant-based sources of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a type of essential omega-3 fatty acid. Essential means that our body cannot produce it on its own. We must obtain it from the foods we eat. This ALA is a powerful anti-inflammatory on its own, but it also serves as a precursor for the synthesis of other long-chain omega-3s, EPA and DHA, which are the basic building blocks of our brain cell membranes. Imagine your neurons are electrical wires. Omega-3 is the high-quality insulating coating that allows signals to travel quickly and efficiently. With age, this coating can wear down. Regular consumption of walnuts helps to maintain and repair this myelin sheath, which translates into better memory, faster processing speed, and less mental fog. But the magic of the walnut doesn't end with omega-3s. They are an extraordinary source of polyphenols, especially a group called L-arginine's. Your gut microbiota, those trillions of beneficial bacteria living in your intestine, metabolizes these L-arginines and converts them into compounds called urolithins. Urolithins are incredibly potent. They have anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects that protect cells from the damage of oxidative stress, a fundamental process in aging and in the development of chronic diseases. It's a perfect symbiosis. You feed your good bacteria with walnuts, and they give you back compounds that protect your brain and your entire body. From Dr. William Li's perspective, walnuts positively impact several of our body's defense systems. One of them is angiogenesis, the formation of blood vessels. Excessive angiogenesis can fuel the growth of tumors, while insufficient angiogenesis can deprive tissues of oxygen. The compounds in walnuts help to balance this system, promoting healthy blood flow to the heart and brain, which is vital for preventing heart attacks and strokes. In fact, studies like the PREDIMMED, Prevención con Dieta Mediterránea, have shown that a handful of nuts a day, with walnuts as the main feature, significantly reduces the risk of major cardiovascular events. How to incorporate them. A handful, which is about 28 to 30 grams or approximately 7 whole walnuts, is the recommended daily dose. You can eat them alone as a snack, add them chopped to your yogurts, oatmeal, or salads for a crunchy and nutritious touch. You can even make your own homemade walnut butter to spread on a slice of whole wheat bread. Number 2. Almonds, the guardians of your blood sugar and bone health. If walnuts are for the brain, almonds are the firm protectors of our metabolism and our structure. As we age, insulin sensitivity tends to decrease, which increases the risk of developing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. This is where almonds shine brightly. Their power lies in a masterful combination of fiber, healthy monounsaturated fats, and protein, along with a low carbohydrate gives almonds a very low glycemic index. When you consume them, especially before or with a meal containing carbohydrates, they slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. Imagine sugar is a torrent of water. The fiber and fat in almonds act like a dam that releases the water slowly, preventing sharp spikes and drops in glucose and insulin. Keeping blood sugar levels stable is not only crucial for preventing diabetes but also for controlling hunger, avoiding sweet cravings, and maintaining constant energy levels throughout the day. In addition to their metabolic role, almonds are an exceptional source of 2 vital nutrients for health after 50, magnesium and vitamin E. Magnesium is involved in more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including regulating blood pressure, nerve function,
Many people,
and especially older adults, do not consume enough magnesium. A handful of almonds provides you with a significant portion of your daily needs, helping your cells use insulin more efficiently. Vitamin E, on the other hand, is a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects cell membranes from oxidative damage. It's like a bodyguard for your cells. This protection is especially important for skin health, helping to keep it elastic and reduce sun damage, and for cardiovascular health, as it prevents the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, the so-called bad cholesterol, a key step in the formation of plaque in the arteries. And we can't forget bone health. Almonds contain a respectable amount of calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus, all of which are essential minerals for maintaining the density and strength of our bones, helping to prevent osteoporosis. A handful of almonds, about 28 grams, or about 23 almonds, is an ideal portion. Prefer raw or dry roasted and unsalted almonds. They are the perfect snack to take with you, and almond flour is a fantastic gluten-free and low-carb alternative for baking. Number 3. Pistachios, the defenders of your sight and your microbiota. These small, vibrant green nuts are much more than a tasty appetizer. They are a concentrated source of unique compounds that protect 2 incredibly important areas as we add years to our lives: our eyes and our digestive system. The green and purple color of pistachios is no coincidence. It comes from a high concentration of antioxidants, especially lutein. These 2 carotenoids are the only ones that accumulate in the macula, a small area in the center of the retina responsible for our central, sharp vision. They act like internal sunglasses, filtering harmful high-energy blue light from the sun and the screens of our devices, and protecting the delicate photoreceptors of the eye from oxidative damage. With age, the risk of age-related macular degeneration, AMD, and cataracts increases dramatically. Regular consumption of foods rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, like pistachios, is one of the most effective nutritional strategies to reduce this risk and maintain clear vision for longer. Beyond sight, pistachios are champions in caring for your gut microbiota. They contain a significant amount of fiber, much of which is prebiotic. This means that we don't digest it, but it serves as food for the beneficial bacteria in our colon, such as bifidobacteria and lactobacilli. By feeding these healthy colonies, we promote optimal intestinal balance. A healthy microbiota not only means better digestion and regularity, but it is also intrinsically linked to a stronger immune system, a better mood through the gut-brain axis, and lower systemic inflammation throughout the body. Dr. Lee emphasizes that the microbiota is one of the pillars of our health. Feeding it with prebiotics like those in pistachios is a direct investment in this defense system. Furthermore, among nuts, pistachios have a more complete amino acid profile and a lower calorie content per serving, making them an excellent choice for those looking to manage their weight without sacrificing nutrition. A recommended serving is about 28 grams, which is about 49 pistachios. That's a generous amount. Choosing pistachios in their shell has a psychological advantage. The process of opening them slows down consumption, and the empty shells serve as a visual cue of how much you've eaten, helping with portion control. Number 4. Brazil nuts, the natural pill for your thyroid and your immunity. This giant among nuts is perhaps the most specialized and potent on our list, and its power lies in a single trace mineral. Brazil nuts are by far the richest food source of selenium on the planet, so much so that their consumption must be moderate and conscious. The thyroid gland, that small butterfly-shaped gland in our neck, is the conductor of our metabolism's orchestra. It produces hormones that regulate the speed at which we burn calories, our body temperature, our heart rate, and much more. The highest concentration of selenium in the entire human body is found precisely in the component of the enzymes that convert the inactive thyroid hormone, T4, into its active form, T3. Without enough selenium, this conversion process is inefficient, which can lead to symptoms of hypothyroidism, such as fatigue, weight gain, feeling cold, and mental fog, conditions that are very common after 50, especially in women. Furthermore, selenium is an essential cofactor for one of the body's most potent antioxidant enzymes. This enzyme protects the thyroid and all our cells from oxidative damage generated during normal metabolism. A healthy thyroid is a protected thyroid, and selenium is its main bodyguard. This antioxidant power also extends to the immune system. Selenium plays a vital role in regulating the immune response, helping our body fight infections more effectively and modulating inflammation. A balanced immune system is key to healthy aging, avoiding both recurrent infections and exaggerated autoimmune responses. Here comes the crucial warning. Due to its very high concentration of selenium, you do not need a handful, just 1 or 2. Brazil nuts a day is more than enough to meet and even exceed your daily selenium needs. Excessive and chronic consumption can lead to a condition called selenosis, with symptoms such as hair loss, so gastrointestinal problems, more is not better. Treat the Brazil nut as a natural and powerful nutritional supplement, and consume it with respect and moderation. We've seen the Fantastic Four, but just as important as knowing what to eat is understanding what mistakes to avoid. Now, we move on to the 4 risky choices that can turn these allies into silent saboteurs of your health. First risky choice: ignoring portion size. This is, without a doubt, the most common mistake and the one that can have the fastest and most visible consequences. Nuts are incredibly nutritious, but they are also calorie-dense due to their high content of healthy fats. While these fats are beneficial, calories are still calories. It's very easy to sit down with a bag of almonds or cashews while watching television, and, without realizing it, consume 500 or 600 calories, the equivalent of a full meal. When we consistently exceed our daily caloric needs, the inevitable result is weight gain. This weight gain, especially fat accumulated around the abdomen, visceral fat, is a major risk factor for almost all the chronic diseases we want to avoid: insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, and even certain types of cancer. The problem is psychological. Because we know that nuts are healthy, we give ourselves permission to eat them in large quantities, falling into what is known as the health halo effect. The solution is simple but requires discipline, pre-measurement. Never eat directly from the bag or large container. The standard reference portion for most nuts is about 28 grams or quarter of a cup. This translates to a closed handful. Get used to measuring this amount and putting it in a small bowl. Enjoy it slowly, chewing each bite well. This not only controls calories but also improves digestion and increases the feeling of satiety, allowing your brain to register the key to getting all the benefits without the drawbacks. Second, risky choice. Choosing the processed and sugared versions. You walk into the supermarket and see a whole wall of nut options: honey roasted, salted, barbecue flavored, chocolate covered, candied. These versions may seem more attractive and tasty, but they are nutritional traps that nullify most of the health benefits we have discussed. Honey roasted, candied, or yogurt or chocolate-covered nuts are loaded with added sugars. This sugar causes glucose and insulin spikes, promotes inflammation, contributes to weight gain, and feeds unwanted bacteria in your gut. It's the exact opposite of what we're looking for. The salted versions, on the other hand, can be a sodium bomb. A high-sodium diet is a major risk factor for high blood pressure, which in turn increases the risk of heart disease and strokes. Most of us already consume too much sodium in our diet through processed foods, so adding more with our healthy snacks is a bad strategy. Even those that are simply roasted can be problematic. Many commercial nuts are roasted at high temperatures using refined, low-quality vegetable oils like sunflower, soy, or canola oil, which are rich in omega-6 fatty acids. While we need omega-6, the modern diet has a massive imbalance with an excess of omega-6 promotes chronic inflammation throughout the body. Furthermore, high-temperature roasting can damage the delicate polyunsaturated fats, like the omega-3s in walnuts, and reduce the content of some antioxidants. The smart choice is always to opt for raw or dry roasted nuts without added salt or sugar. Always read the ingredient label. There should only be one ingredient, the nut in question. This way, you ensure you're getting the pure, unadulterated nutritional package that nature designed. Third, risky choice. Neglecting variety and falling into monotony. You've learned that almonds are fantastic, and you decide to eat a handful of almonds every day. While this is much better than not eating any nuts at all, you're making a subtle but important mistake. You're missing out on the incredible nutritional synergy that comes from variety. As we've seen, each nut has a unique and stellar nutritional profile. Walnuts are the kings of omega-3 for the brain. Almonds are the masters of magnesium and vitamin E for sugar control. Pistachios give us lutein and zeaxanthin for our eyesight. Brazil nuts provide us with that essential selenium for the thyroid. And we could add pecans, rich in antioxidants, hazelnuts, a source of folate, or cashews, rich in copper and zinc. By consuming only one type of nut, you are missing out on this whole range of phytonutrients, vitamins, and specific minerals that work together to protect your body from different angles. It's like having a toolbox filled only with hammers. A hammer is useful, but it won't help you tighten a screw or cut a board. Diversity in your diet, especially in sources of such dense nutrients as nuts, ensures that you are covering all your bases and feeding all your body's defense systems. The solution is simple and delicious. Create your own nut mix. Buy small bags of your 4 or 5 favorite nuts, in their raw and unsalted version, of course, and mix them in a large container. Each day, take a handful of that mix. This way, each day you will get a slightly different combination of nutrients, ensuring a broader exposure to all the beneficial compounds and making your snack much more interesting to the palate. Fourth, risky choice. Ignoring anti-nutrients and digestibility. This is a slightly more advanced concept, but crucial for those with sensitive digestive systems or who simply want to maximize nutrient absorption. Nuts, like many seeds, legumes, and grains, contain compounds called anti-nutrients. They sound alarming, but they are the plant's natural defense mechanisms to protect its seed until conditions are right for germination. The two main anti-nutrients in nuts to minerals like zinc, acid, iron, and lectin, calcium, and magnesium in the gut, preventing their full absorption. Lectins are proteins that can resist digestion and in sensitive people can cause intestinal irritation, gas, and bloating. For most people who consume a moderate portion of nuts as part of a varied diet, anti-nutrients are not a significant problem. However, if you consume large quantities, or if you have a delicate digestive system, or conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, taking steps to reduce these compounds can make a big difference in how you feel and how many nutrients you actually absorb. The ancestral technique for neutralizing these anti-nutrients is soaking and, sometimes, sprouting. The process is simple. Place your raw nuts, especially almonds, walnuts, and pecans, in a bowl. Cover them with filtered water and a pinch of sea salt, and let them soak overnight, about 8 to 12 hours. In the morning, discard the soaking water, which now contains many of the anti-nutrients, rinse the nuts well, and they are ready to eat. You can eat them like this with a softer and more digestible texture, or you can dehydrate them at a low temperature in a dehydrator, or in the oven at the lowest possible temperature until they are crispy again. This simple step of activation mimics the germination process, deactivates enzyme inhibitors, and makes the nutrients in the nuts much more bioavailable to your body. It's a small effort that can greatly improve the digestibility and nutritional value of your investment in health. We have come full circle. We have celebrated the power of walnuts for our brain, the strength of almonds for our metabolism, the protection of pistachios for our sight, and the potency of Brazil nuts for our thyroid. And we have also learned to be smart, to respect portions, to choose quality over processing, to embrace diversity, and to consider digestibility. Health after 50 is not a lottery. It is a series of conscious, daily decisions. Incorporating nuts in the right way is one of the simplest, most pleasant, and most powerful decisions you can make. It's not about a restrictive diet, but about strategically adding foods that nourish, protect, and strengthen. You are the architect of your well-being, and every healthy choice is a brick you lay in the construction of a long, vibrant, and energetic life. Start today. Grab that handful of health and enjoy the journey.